I am the head of ESN1, the company that owns and creates esports charts and another number of other projects that is actually actively working in esports data and broadcast analytics for past 3-4 years, I would say. We are a very data-heavy company that doesn't rely on polls and assumptions much, but numbers. And that's something that I'm willing to share with you guys today. It's all about esports and it's all our data. And let's start with congratulations, I would say. All of you already know that each year it's League of Legends Worlds, which sets all the records. And this year's is no exception. So it's a new esports record. It's almost 4 million simultaneous viewers for an esports event. It's SK Telecom 1 versus G2, record-breaking peak viewers, 3.98 something people watching one game of esports at the same time. And it's just a coincidence probably that it's the same as population of Los Angeles. So yeah, and that's around 2 times more than either 2017 or 2018. And what's the secret to that? Hopefully we will discuss and know later today. But a single match between SK Telecom T1 and G2 Esports has collected more hours watched than the whole tournaments in Rainbow Six, PUBG, Overwatch, and a lot of other games actually. And twice more as Overwatch 11 days event, which is a very impressive number, I would say. Some teams might have an absolutely enormous impact on match popularity due to their exceptional fan base. So if you're looking to organize an event in CSGO or League of Legends, consider inviting these guys, and they will definitely skyrocket the audience. Probably that's one of the secrets behind the records. And I am, like I said, a Ukrainian, like Team Navi, which actually affects most of the CSGO matches enormously, giving 2 times the viewers compared to any average. And T1, the SK Telecom, any game in League of Legends Worlds gave almost 50% more match audience compared to anything else. And all of the data, I'm not sure whether you've been looking into esports numbers, all of you, but this is the Chinese question. Because all of our data is recently, more than 2 years now, is excluding Chinese data to the public announcements and so on. And that's because of a local data riot they have there, something that we're trying to solve with our Chinese department, working hard on that, and together with brands and sponsors who are actually looking to find more transparent data, better data, and audience analysis in that region too. But as of now, their reported data is very, like you see, is very, very different to real viewership numbers, and they give us the heat instead, a highly abstract, irrelevant numbers, influenced by things like user, chat, activity, nobility, level, even in-stream lotteries and donations, and many, many more magical parameters, like we joke IPO preparations of Douyu, for example. But yeah, all of that we still track, and we have that as a esports sub-project that we will release soon. Hopefully that will lead them and their data that is currently out of the blue. But yeah, getting back to the state of esports industry, where League of Legends is actually dominating a lot. As you can see, the average audience of the Fortnite events might feel bigger than the same League of Legends event, but it's technically a bit incorrect. Since Fortnite, for example, is just finals, which is 1 or 2 days of the event, while League of Legends Worlds is a whole almost 40-day competition, more than a month of crazy average viewership numbers. But yeah, peak viewers is still very relevant, so let's see the finals exclusively. League of Legends is once again the top one with more than 30% lead just in 2 days compared to, yeah, it was 2 days, I believe, compared to the Fortnite, which gives them a huge lead in everything. Most of the esports events like this, like finals, they're offline hosted, and this is also some of the data that we've been gathering. We do have that for 2019, but it is somehow classified right now, but whatever. So yeah, large events are vastly hosted all over the world, especially in Eastern USA in 2018. 2019 slightly changed that from New York, Washington, Boston to a little bit of more of LA, probably, hopefully. Thanks to this audience, I believe. Yeah, also Central Europe and Korea is very active. China is trying their best, especially this year, thanks to Dota International hosted in Shanghai. Most of the South American events are in Brazil, same this year like last year. And this is a very, very interesting region I would pay very close attention to, especially next year, especially in mobile esports. While, yeah, Easter is Streaming is a huge trend, but it's not only about esports. All the streaming is currently growing, including gaming, chatting, IRL, everything. Live content engages a lot, and that's pretty popular in vector of development of new companies. Esports alone is a pretty major part of Twitch streaming. It's growing every year, a couple of percent, and around 12-30% in general. This is Twitch only data, by the way, but it's kind of similar to all the platforms that we track. But it's still 3 esports games that is currently dominating all the broadcasting market. All of those are worth mentioning, though. All of the others, we're pretty surprised with, for example, Rainbow Six Performance, which actually gave birth to a number of new esports teams and a totally new competition development between a new breed of professional gamers, I would say. Though League of Legends is definitely showing a great example of proper year-over-year growth. Yeah, I'm showing that yeah. I'm pointing at the numbers I see here, but yeah, sorry for that. I believe that esports can do way better than just 9% from 2018 to 2019. And doing that is probably something that we will also discuss today. A crazy comparison would be to the mobile esports in 2019, which is showing crazy growth numbers. Probably because it's comparing to almost none in 2018, 2017, but this year was huge to them. And being probably super accessible, usually way faster, more paced games, easier to watch, 7-minute average compared to 50-minute average. Mobile esports is something to pay also close attention to and maybe join in creating new production opportunities, especially since it is Arena of Valor and Free Fire. They finally introduced a proper spectator's view for viewers to adore the broadcast and for commentators, broadcasters to be able to do it properly, because last year was nothing. They just plugged into a mobile device, which was a very bad viewership experience. But right now we can see great growth, probably because of that. And we know that PUBG Mobile, which already shows very good numbers, they have developed a very good spectators interface, hopefully giving them way better production quality for their events, which might hopefully, or whatever, give them a lead next year. I believe it is a great possibility. Speaking of battle royals, the trend of 2018-2019, in my personal opinion, this is something that's been boosted by the game popularity itself. It's not it's a very different type of esports that some consider very boring to watch, hard to get into because there's billions of things happening, hundreds of players running around and so on. A very big headache for commenting. Though all of them, I know, they're rethinking their approach of creating a better mode for esports, more viewership-centric, less running around the globe. So I believe, and hopefully that happens next year, because otherwise we will see a major decline in its viewership popularity, especially in esports. And I still root for the Apex. I believe it's still got its chances. Yeah, Twitch does a great job in being esports dominant every year. Obviously, 5 years ago it was only Twitch. Right now there is a pretty big competition. The interest among most of the media giants is rising, and there's definitely some space to compete in, especially new content, technology, engaging mechanics, I think. And yeah, there's a bunch of very aggressive acquisitions, moves, for example, by Mixer, good traction, but probably very expensive. Ninja, a recent acquisition by Mixer. These graphs show that he's got pretty lazy, I would say, but still brought a lot of viewership to Mixer. But that led to a probably better acquisition of Shroud. Shroud have shown way better numbers, probably because of his great promotional work. A lot of PR has been made out of this, and he actually moved more audience that he had on Twitch to Mixer in just a month, which is a huge number. Just a week of Shroud's activity in Mixer gave him pretty solid numbers. Yeah, just 50 hours of airtime. With 25,000 average viewers, which is probably all the other streams on Mixer combined, still 10 times more than that. yeah, but and Shroud, I think he's the kind of the magnet to the audience to everything on Mixer right now. Probably that's finishing up. I don't have much of the intel to share, but I do have a bunch of comments to make. I would want to add that esports is a great thing that, and it's hopefully to be the best and most watched sport in the world sometimes sooner or later. It has all the opportunities to have that. It's a great hybrid of sports, entertainment, and actually IT, technology, software development, and so on, which is destined to be the best developed sport in the nearest couple of years. I believe that hardware to software switch in production is a very important thing, and currently with a lot of tools being developed like OBS and stuff, I believe that TV grade production is almost laptop ready right now, and that's something that everybody will be doing this year, next year. But also, there's a great mission behind esports actually, because esports is not only fans and viewers, it's also about players wanting to be pro athletes, and that's something that we can actually collaborate with children on, because esports is something that makes them be eager to winning, I would say, more, look into achievements, work together, and even we do have a bunch of examples where families got reunited, because there's a huge disconnect between parents and children, which esports actually kind of changes, because children tend to comment together on top of esports events for their parents and describe and tell them everything, and this is something that we're very, very much into working with. We like it a lot. All of my team is actually ex-players. Weirdly, and that's a huge problem in professional esports, I would say, because most of the ex-players that don't do anything else good, and we are a good. I am a Dota immortal, say 7K MMR, but I'm also a CTO for 20 years, and that's a very, very seldom hybrid, I would say. But yeah, we're very proud. We'll look into developing esports all of the ways. Like I've said, software development, viewership analysis, and so on. We do want to bring more data, because this is a highly analyzable audience, which definitely will bring more use to marketing budgets, more analysis to marketing budgets. So hopefully next year we will see a crazy development, bringing it from 9% to actually, we're not limited to any growth. I believe that esports can show 1,000% growth in the upcoming couple of years, where we'll just grab all other sports and so on. We also don't analyze only esports, we analyze everything broadcasted live in the world, including, for example, Instagram or even TikTok. I believe Instagram will host esports events pretty soon in a vertical broadcasting mode, which will be a lot of fun. But we will see it next year, I think. But hopefully, if we push hard together, this will be a very great mission looking forward, bringing today's passion of children to a future profession, which will be a great thing to observe and be a part of. That's me. Everybody is welcome to use Esports Charts Pro. If you go to esports.com/pro, today's code is LA, just 2 letters. It will give you free access to the Pro Analytics that we have, the subscription. So if you do it today, you will have a week of free use of that. That will be usually enough to at least give a glimpse into what's happening around the world. And I am Ivan at esports.com, and I'm very responsive to all the messages. We do have way more intel that I shared today, which I'll be happy to share with and be a part of all the discussions that we will have today. Thank you very much.
Any questions? We have time for 1 or 2 questions if anybody wants to dig in a little deeper on any of the data here. We brought Ivan in because there are so many studies right now. You can get any answer you want about esports viewership right now if you break the numbers down in a way. Yeah. So the idea is we're really trying to cut through a lot of the silliness, and I won't name names, but there's any study out there is going to have issues. If you check out this, it was recommended by very important people in the business. I would very much ask you guys to go check it out, because again, it cuts out a lot of the fluff.
The Chinese data.
If you want to put it that way, that's fine. There you go. Ivan, thank you.
They reported 1 billion viewers, by the way, just saying. 1 billion viewers of esports events last year. Yeah, that's something we will fight with the proper data. But Nike, they actually sponsored. Nike is our friend in China, and they sponsored League of Legends last year, I think. And they approached us and said that, hey, can we actually have at least some viewership numbers, because it's whatever X number of million of dollars that we've invested, but they report us 1 billion viewers next day. So we're kind of happy to see the numbers, but we're not sure it will convert the proper way. But yeah, working with numbers, audience analysis, whatever, the technology and so on, we do a lot of advisory, especially in terms of data development and so on. We'll be happy to collaborate, and thanks again.
Thanks again.
Thank you.